Hey there, it's Walt. So I'm doing a time management and productivity program this week for a group of busy professionals. And it's a favorite program that I do based upon my second book, The Power Principles of Time Mastery. Do less, make more, have fun. And it occurred to me that third word has been sorely lacking lately for me and for a lot of folks. 2021 was the year that we were supposed to be beyond the whole pandemic thing. I think a lot of us entered into 2021 thinking we were going to get to the other side of it. And, now at the time that I'm shooting this, we're moving into mid-September, and it still feels like we're in the dark of night. There are some great hopeful signs, and there is still so much opportunity ahead. And yet there is this pervasive weariness, this cultural weariness, a weariness that I see among the clients I'm privileged to serve, a weariness among executives and busy business professionals. And the weariness, I think, is largely emotional weariness, being whipsawed all of the time. Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Are we going back to work? Are we not going back to work? Are we going to school? Are we not going back to school? Do I need daycare? Do I not need daycare? And it's the whipsaw of emotions that is so wearing. And so as I began to think about my time mastery program this week, I began thinking perhaps I should approach it from a different perspective. And I've been playing with an idea recently around energy management rather than time management, because I am increasingly aware that when we talk about time management, what we're really talking about is how do we use time to get somewhere? How do we use time to get more done? How do we use time to be more productive? How do we use time to make more money, see more clients, close more deals? How do we use time? How do we use it as an instrument? How do we perhaps even weaponize time? And the whole idea about energy management is a different way to approach time. For me, I came to a point just in the last week where I was feeling really weary. I don't know that I would overly dramatize it as burned out, but we've been driving forward on a number of big projects in the business, and they're all fun and they're all interesting and they're all gratifying, and yet we've been always on driving toward stuff. So this week really just cleared the calendar of optional meetings, of optional events, and we just have been focusing on some really good rest and relaxation so that we really can connect with recreation. That word recreation is really about recreation, recreating our spirits, recreating our energy. And so when we think about time management in the same way that we might think about energy management, it becomes not so much how can I use time, how can I weaponize time to get somewhere, to do something, to wrestle stuff to the ground, but how can I become more resourceful, more resilient? How can I become more still, so that I actually rest and recreate, so that I actually more resourceful and resilient out in the world? And so I'm just playing with this idea right now of energy management, perhaps as a synonym right now for time management. And I invite you to think about it as well. How can you become more still, more a better steward of your energy so that you show up in the world doing the work you're called to do in a much more resourceful and resilient way? Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Talk soon.